Now, in continuing with our book review series, I'd like to really draw your attention to what I think, in my opinion, is really the most important art book of 2023. Now, it's actually an exhibition catalog, and it's called Tree and Serpent, Early Buddhist Art in India, and the principal author-editor is John Guy, the curator at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Now, this exhibition took years to put together and to arrange for loans and to get quality articles. And it is really quite special because it is at this point it's the best book really in the field of early Buddhist art studies from India. And it's got some very, very good contributing authors as well, such as Peter Skilling, Gregory Chopin, and others. Now, what's really special about this, aside from having seen the exhibition and aside from the fantastic photography, is the fact that this book is looking at Indian Buddhist art. A lot of it is really Central India, but it's 2nd century BC to the 4th century of the Common Era. And it's absolutely wonderful just to look at the examples of how Buddhism visually, symbolically moves from a tree, footprints in stone, a wheel, 4 or 5 columns, and then into a stupa and relics. And then it continues with beginning to add figures, followers, at the sides of some of these symbols. And then only later, in the 3rd or 4th century, do you begin to see actual images of the Buddha appear. Now, a lot of the imagery is still imagery you see today, and you see this imagery migrated to Nepal and Tibet, Mongolia, northern China, such as nagas, makaras, stupas. All of these symbols are still very much part of Himalayan and Tibetan and Vajrayana Buddhism. But again, what really stands out is the comparison with what's going on in Gandhara, in the Gandharan regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan, where in the same period you're beginning to see Hellenistic art, Roman type sculpture, Bactrian, and Buddhism is presented more in a narrative frame with lots of stories and lots of figures of the Buddha himself and his followers. Whereas in India, they are still keeping to merely the symbols of the tree, the footprints, the wheel, the stupa. Absolutely fantastic book. It's a must-read. It's a must-have by anyone interested in the art history of early Buddhist artifacts, stonework, and such. So we'll leave it there. You can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, you can like on the YouTube, and you can also go directly to the Himalayan Art Resources homepage and make a donation.